Okay,
And he
I'll
didn't break
give you
crazy
that.
records.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. However, the Fresh Prince,
he's a
the
big
Fresh Prince
star.
argued.
He's a star.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's because of movies and shit, though.
He might
That's
be the
what
only
I'm
rapper to
saying.
ever
So-
start acting and be able to go platinum afterwards.
He started as a rapper first.
Cool J.
I don't
started
think
as a rapper
LL went
first.
platinum after acting.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he did.
the
What are you
Phenomenon
talking
album
about?
must have done well.
Phenomenon. What did he do?
Let me go
Break
check
Blue
right
Sea
now.
before
Man,
that?
he was doing like toys with Robin Williams. He was doing
double
that
check
movie
that
with Michael
right
J.
now.
Fox back in the day.
Well, like as
Mama said
like
Knock You
leading
Out
roles.
was the pre-roll.
Leading roles. Not like just like you're the guy in the movie. Like M. Shan was the guy in the movie. Like,
whatever, the movie with Al Pacino, man. He wasn't leading, but he was one of the leading roles.
Deep Blue Sea was probably his first leading role, right?
No.
But what I'm saying is like, even though Drake is big, like you
Deep
said,
Cover.
Will's probably the biggest.
Deep Cover?
Drake's career.
Was that well in
You know what I'm saying? Like Will, his career
Not a
hasn't
leading
eclipsed Will
role.
Smith's career yet.
What's the one?
I don't
where
think
he-
anybody in the history of
No,
hip hop or rap's
In
career has eclipsed his
overall,
career. So that's what I'm saying. Drake
trying to
might
think.
be.
No, we're talking about
biggest
music only,
artist,
though.
yeah,
Music.
Music only, yeah.
Music
Drake
only.
has-
He mashed up.
Yeah,
He
but I
mashed
think
up
it's
Will
more
Smith long time.
He
I think at
mashed
this
up a
point,
lot
though,
of people.
He
Right.
mashed up a lot of people. in a
No,
short
but
time.
you know what? I've argued a few times though. Like
Yeah.
the biggest rapper, you know what I'm saying? It's there's a difference between
Oh,
a
you're
rapper and
looking
an
at
MC.
you're looking at rapper just in terms
Rapper,
of the
you know,
whole.
so if you look at Ice Cube, if you look at LL Cool J, and Queen Latifah, what they did for rap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They made this
Those are
shit
99.
bigger because they were actors and they were able to bring a
But
worldwide attention.
But I
to
don't
them.
think a lot of people gravitated to rap because they became actors. Like they were more known to a general public for being actors than being rappers.
Yeah, you ask the
Drake
general
is the
public.
biggest rapper of all time at this point.
The general
say
public
yeah for
now
now.
doesn't even know that Will Smith's a
Or
rapper. They
Latifah
just think he's an
Or
actor.
Latifah's a rapper.
Right.
Queen
Or
Latifah.
Cube is a rapper. Was a rapper.
Ice-T, Ice Cube,
Yeah,
But
all these
they
people.
should know. Parents don't understand that. And what's the next one?
Even if that, just the theme song.
No,
alone.
if you know
Men in Black.
anything, you should know Getting Jiggy
I'm
with
sure
It.
Will Smith is probably getting bigger publishing checks just for the theme song of the
And
Fresh
then
Prince
he
of
starts
Bel-Air
to-
alone.
For sure.
Here's a
Then
question.
Will Smith-
That's TV.
Depends if he had his
Hold on,
business
hold on,
right
hold on.
back then.
Here's a question for you guys, or it's an opinion. I think Jaden Smith would wash his dad. In
Of
terms
course,
bars.
of course.
Woo!
Like Jaden
He's
Smith
got some
put out
bars, but
better
a little
I think
awkward, though.
Jaden would wash Will
Then Will.
I think he also
at
copies
making a
people's
song
songs,
that's
but-
dope with swag. But I think if we're talking actual bars and lyrics, like actual lyrics and cohesiveness and like I
Yeah,
think
Jaden got it.
I think in a diss
You're right,
battle,
you're right. Jaden got it. I'm sorry,
no,
Jaden got it.
if Will was willing to get edgy, no
Because
pun
Will's too old
intended.
school. Will's too old school.
No, man.
I'm not even
It's
talking
standards,
about Will
yeah.
now. I'm talking about
Will
even
can
from,
rap,
like,
though.
back then.
Yeah,
He
no,
can
Jaden,
rap.
just because
But he
Jaden's a little bit
doesn't-
more
he doesn't-
updated.
Jaden,
I like
if you're
Jaden
taking
because-
in his albums, if you're taking in his albums,
Yeah,
you
but
know
he's
how
good.
it is. No,
He's
Jaden's
actually
sick.
talented.
He's no.
He's actually talented. I never, you know what I'm
saying?
saying? Like, I feel weird saying it, but you're kind of right, man.
No,
Fuck.
he's
gotta
up
be-
there. I'm just saying,
He's
like,
pretty dangerous, though.
and you want to know the thing that's dangerous about him? He's super creative. Like, I'm talking about just like
Yeah,
with
that
his
he
songs,
is super creative.
super
Yeah.
creative with just like the way he'll use his voice or just like
He's just
Yes.
very free.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just to show the evolution of hip hop, of where it's come from his father's generation to where we are now. It's changed so much with the advent of auto-tune, with using these weird voices a la Eminem or Migos, these stutter flows, all these different things. And he's just incorporating that into his tool set, where his father doesn't have that tool set. His
You know
father's
what,
got the
though?
tool set of
A lot of those two
just
sets,
the old school.
but the thing is, a
Right.
lot of those two sets were
And
not
he's using it right.
existed back then too. You act like this is all new.
Not
None
to-
of this is new.
not to this
It's just not as
extent.
common.
Does anyone else want to
It's
crack
not
a 40 and throw a burger on the fucking barbecue right now and just blast
Barbie.
Summertime?
Hell yes.
Summertime.
The
That's
difference
what
with now is everything is more common,
Yeah.
but all of it existed before. If you even listen to early '80s rap, it was all in
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
It was all in the
Even the
808s.
Absolutely. There was
The
the singing, there was the
hi-hats,
harmonizing.
all of that.
Hip hop was born on the 808.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Really?
yin and yang,
Yeah.
man. There's
After
the
the
melody
vinyl?
and there's
Yeah.
the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And they go together like this, 50-50.
Yeah.
You either going to want to party or you're going to want to protest. Sometimes you can do both at the same time. Shout out to Dead Prez. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to sit there and smoke a blunt to your protest music and go to club to your party
Sometimes
music.
you gotta get angry and go fight somebody in a fight club.
Yeah, this was two
You know what I'm
times
saying?
back.
Like, but that's the beauty of hip hop. It could be all these things, and that's what I'm saying. You got to know the difference between a rap fan and a hip hop fan, because a fucking rap fan will sit there and say, "Oh, everything that's out today sucks," and the hip hop fan will be like, "Yeah, you know what? There's some dope shit, and there's some dope shit over here.
See,
I might
you know
not like
what's
this,
funny?
but there's still
I
that
would
old school
almost
shit
switch
that's
the
out there."
terminology. I would say a rap fan is the casual rap fan nowadays. They think whatever's sick.
But
They
because
don't
you're
really
a rap
have a
fan doesn't mean you're a
standard.
hip hop
Not
fan.
necessarily.
Exactly. I think the hip hop fan, they're
It's like
they're the one
I
who's
think
like,
yeah.
there's, you know,
Man,
I think it's
certain
something
shit sucks, but this is cool. This is
Now,
cool.
let me put that
They're the
like
ones who are
this.
more selective.
There's
But I think-
hip hop music that exists that doesn't have any rap in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
straight up.
And a lot of people are afraid to even, they wouldn't even know
Yeah.
that shit exists because they're just rap fans.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed to like, yo, let me just go listen to these breakbeats. Let me go listen to this instrumental.
Yeah.
I love that
An
shit.
easier distinction would be commercial listeners versus core listeners.
Yeah.
Yes, rap versus MCs. You know what I'm saying? All day. Yeah.
That's the difference of rap and hip hop.
But hip
in my
hop is
opinion.
not based on rap music.
If you don't
Absolutely,
understand
right?
hip
If
hop
you're a hip-hop
culture
fan,
to
you
any
can
degree,
appreciate
really,
the graffiti
then
in the
you're a rap
alleyway
fan.
as you're walking down. You can sit there like I DJ the beatbox championships every year. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, Scotty D. Shout out to those dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get to do that every year, Philly D. And I get to do that every year, Scott Jackson. And it's dope because that's a whole other aspect of hip hop. You know what I mean? You're seeing the breakers, you're seeing the b-boys, you're seeing the beatboxers, which is the forgotten element of this shit. You know what I mean? Again, casual rap fan doesn't even know these elements. They'll look at the graffiti on the wall and be like, oh, that's horrible, paint that off or whatever. As opposed to be like, yo, that's
one thing
that's
I loved
the founding
about
element before
T-Dot
breakdancing,
Fest.
before, you know, whatever.
T-Dot Fest in its earlier stages. That's one thing I loved about it. Like before I even lived in Toronto, when I used to come up just for T-Dot Fest for the day and shit. That's one thing I loved. You had all elements. You had breakdancers there. You had people with massive canvases doing graffiti and shit. You had the rap. You know, like you had everything. You had all the elements there. It was hip hop in the square for a day.
My
You know what I mean?
I got a question for you guys. Just because, so do you feel like because somebody doesn't know their history or isn't up on like, you know, the breakdancing or the core, the elements and all that stuff, does that make them not hip hop?
It doesn't.
Nah.
It makes them. If you're a fan of rap music or you just like rap or whatever, and you don't care for the other elements or you don't want to care, you're not really hip hop. And
I
there's nothing
agree.
wrong with that.
Question for you.
It's like
You're
KRS said. Hip
participating
hop's a
with-
lifestyle.
You don't
Rap.
gotta do every element.
And
So
don't
it's a
shame-
part of
Yeah.
hip hop
culture.
itself.
And my thing is, don't
Exactly,
shame
yeah,
other
yeah.
people who are,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, don't sit there and be like, oh, you're not hip hop, you're not
Yeah.
this, when you yourself are not a fan. Just say, yo, I'm a casual fan.
Ain't nothing wrong
Keep
with
it
that.
moving, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
But if you're an absolute purist, then you're not necessarily going to shame people who, you're going to understand, like, oh, well, they're not purist, so what the fuck am I shaming for
Yeah.
anyways? You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's happening
find the
big
purist,
time.
Yeah.
ain't going to
That's
sit
what's
around
happening
complaining.
big
about
That's the
being
problem. You have a
respected.
lot of people nowadays
Yeah.
that think they're purists because they like studied fucking Eminem and Yellow Wolf, and they didn't go any past. Like, sure, Eminem's wearing fucking Dana Dane shirts and shit, but you didn't care to think who Dana
That's what I'm
Dane
saying.
was.
They like a
You
certain
studied
element
a
of
certain
rap.
element of rap that was
Exactly.
technical,
And not
and now you
understanding-
think you're a hip hop fucking
And you're not
professor.
understanding that.
And now you're shaming anyone who doesn't fall in your lane. Do you know?
Yeah.
And no disrespect,
I'm
but a
actually
lot of
writing an essay
Mercury's
about
fans
this.
are like that
Yeah.
too, man.
They don't understand how much influence Eminem got from so many different
Exactly.
sources.
Absolutely.
I remember watching an interview and he spoke about Tretch.
Yeah, oh,
many people
Yoke the
mention
Joker.
Tretch?
Yoke, specifically Yoke
Eminem called Master
Tretch is
Ace one of his
crazy.
biggest influences.
Right.
And it's like,
Shout out to
Greg
Master
G.
Ace, friend of the
You need to know
show.
those
Craig G was
people
on the
to
set of
respect.
8 Mile for the
But you gotta
battle.
understand,
Yeah.
the same people that you respect, they respect people that came before them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I'm not saying you gotta study them, but
The same way the Rolling Stones fucking.
You gotta appreciate the culture,
you know.
because if you don't appreciate the culture, this is where we get to the point where it's like, okay, that dude's 50 years old, fuck him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't even
Should.
care about him. Curtis
Should.
Blow just went
Should.
into surgery.
Yeah,
But
that's
why would-
crazy.
Oh,
But why would we
Yo.
say that?
No,
Unless-
because you don't know.
But
And it's not your fault. It's either it
But
gets
let's
taught to you.
we gotta send some
or you
prayers
come
for
across
Curtis
it.
Blow and Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it's not a
Both of them.
negative. It's
yeah,
just
I don't want
knowing
people
what the
saying these are the
problem is
breaks
and
if he
finding-
passes away.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I want him
find
to
that-
get the fuck out. Shit.
I find like
didn't
it's
know that.
only. I find like it. People they look at it like, oh, he's 50, fuck him, because they're so. It's a younger crowd saying that because
Yeah.
the older crowd is always telling them, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I
but
think a
it's
big-
that. But the thing is, right? I'll put it like this. Let's use Nas for example, right?
Good one.
He respects everything that came before him,
Yes.
which he was exposed
Always puts
to.
it out there.
And the thing is about exposure. A lot of the younger cats have not. I know. I talk to them. They don't even know about things. It's not their fault. They've never been exposed to it.
Right.
So who the fuck are they gonna care about a Curtis Blow when they never even heard of him?
I think a lot of
Right?
it boils down to too is hip hop was always built on youth culture, but what we're now seeing is we're seeing certain dudes, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, Nas. These guys are in their 40s, approaching their 50s, but they still actually look pretty fly. They're still pretty dope. They still actually were able to maintain cultural relevance. So for the first time in the history of hip hop, we're now actually seeing guys approaching senior citizenship,
Well-
and we're actually being like, oh, you know what? I can
still here.
still
Well,
really,
What-
really respect that. We're you know, the older generation that came before, they didn't try to necessarily
Yeah, they
maintain
didn't- yeah.
somewhat of that relevance. Some did.
See,
Kaz is still
yeah.
relevant as
What
hell.
you're saying-
But that being said, these younger dudes can now look and say, you know what? I can't shit on Jay-Z because Jay-Z's still a
Yeah.
fucking man approaching 50. His
Yeah.
wife is still
Jay-Z
the hottest
don't shit
woman in
on
the
them
world.
either.
But dudes will still shit on him though.
Dude,
Yo, what's up? It's your man MLNY Maloney, Breaking Records Radio. You know what it is. I'm just here to tell you guys right now that you want to, if any of my smokers out there, basically, any of my Canadian smokers, now that it's legal, what you got to do is you got to head over to thccollection.com and check them out. And make sure you use the promo code HIPHOP. That's HIPHOP. And that's all capital letters. Save 10% on every purchase that you make. Anytime. They got everything. They got deals every single day of the week, which include like free whatever with whatever you buy. And my favorite is Tulip Tuesday. You can get $100 ounces, and that's only on Tuesdays. And you save 10% on every purchase with the promo code HIPHOP, all caps. That's HIPHOP. So make sure you go over there, check them out. That's thccollection.com for all your good medible needs, for all your good greenery, your extracts, and all that good stuff.